Good morning, and welcome to another bright sunny day here in Winnipeg. Yeah, now, we are making progress here. I've got a feeling that by the end of today's episode, at least I'm hoping, all these little parts that you can almost see over here will be on. There's quite a few of them. They're almost all, they're all some sort of guns. We'll be eventually getting to ourselves to the place where we're starting to put on the big guns. Yeah, I think the Rodney had 16-inch guns. That was nothing to sneeze at, as the saying goes. Well, the Rodney sure did give the Bismarck a hard time. That's one of the reasons why I chose the Bismarck, the Rodney, and the Hood as models, because they were all sort of part of that tragic scene, you might say. I realize that when we start the Iowa, it's really got nothing to do with that incident in the North Atlantic when we sank the Bismarck. And I say we because, well, I guess that's what the song says. We gotta sink the Bismarck. Anyway, I guess if you were on the other side and you had, if you had kids that were on that ship, on the Bismarck, you'd look at it differently. Yeah, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, our sunrise this morning, well, it was hazy, but nice. And at least it's the sun is shining out there right now. And I haven't seen the weather yet, but I think it's going to be sunny all day. And even if it isn't, the sun is going to shine all day on our model table. So let's roll back and see how it is we got to this place. Okay, normally right about now I say something to the effect of moving right along. But if you see the clock, you can see we didn't really move along too quickly, did we? In fact, I don't think I'm going to be getting too much done here this evening. I did find all the pieces we need here to complete step 40. But I'm noticing that this piece here, I'm thinking that I might do well to paint it, probably at least the sides if I can. Paint the sides the number 66 so that they match a lot of the other stuff, like all along the sides of the splinter guards and the sides of the superstructure, like the bulkheads. They're all the 66, and I think that there's just too much of the 56 here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'll probably do it off camera, maybe a little later this evening or maybe tomorrow morning. We'll just see how things go here. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a hard time getting going for some reason this evening. Well, I was doing other things. Well, actually, what happened was my neighbor came over and he brought some vegetables. And so I spent a bunch of time with my pressure cooker canning them. So anyway, we don't need to talk about too much personal stuff, but I guess canning vegetables, that's not too personal. You know, it's not like what color underwear am I wearing or something like that. Okay, yeah, let's just sort of, I'm just going to paint this and we'll see how it goes here this evening. Okay, I was just noticing that this one here is the very same part, and we painted the entire thing the 66. So I think I'm going to just do that. Probably take 2 coats. Okay. I just remembered another thing that I did this afternoon. It took up a little bit of time, but it was time well spent. UK Jason had put out a sort of, you might call it a tutorial on enamel paints. And I was quite interested in that because I'm thinking of doing a lot more paint brushing when we get to the Iowa versus spraying. And I was thinking of maybe enamels and so on, and I'd worked with enamels years ago. In fact, the little Humbroil tins that Jason showed in his video were almost identical to the ones that I got, only the numbers were different. But anyway, yeah. No, I think once this dries and shrink wraps, and we'll get to see the detail. I'm already being able to see the detail on the hinges on the door there. Now I know you're way too far back, you can't see that, but I can. So yeah. No, I don't think there's any blue tack on the bottom there. I am noticing that I can see photo etch glinting through in places, but are we going to be able to drop that down, or is the splinter guard is going to be in our way? Please, let's not have another episode like we did with that ladder. Looks like we are. That'd be nice if that just dropped right in there without having to drill it out. And it did. Okay. Well, that's good news. I hope the rest go that easy. I'm probably just going to use a very, very little bit of, well, I don't know. Revell, maybe? Yeah, that might be good. See if I can recompose here and pull that out of there and at least get one piece glued in this evening. Now, not having done a dry run here might have been a mistake. I'm just hoping that that peg is going to fit. Oh yeah, one of the viewers said you use, I think he said 10 times too much glue. And here's a case of where I did exactly that. I'm gonna have to maybe change, and maybe I'll use the yeah, maybe I can put a smaller amount of the extra thin or something like that on there. Now this is the side that's going to be against the back of the case, so it's almost like a practice run. I'll probably do the other side off camera because it'll be much the same as what I'm doing right here. Just want to see if this is going to fit on there. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be alright. Okay. And we'll just use the Tamiya thick glue. I don't want to smear it around. There we go. Now, according to the drawings in the manual, the barrels are facing forward. I'm seeing a little bit of a seam right there on the top of the barrel that I missed. Well, it's too late now, I guess. Okay. All right. Now, this goes right there. But you know what? It's 8:38. I'm going to call it an evening here. I want to edit out all the footage that I've just taken here this evening, and yeah. So we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning, and we are going to try and put this gun right here. And we're going to do a dry run to make sure that I don't have to drill that hole out. And this thing's in the road here. Now, I want to make sure it's not going to snap back against the superstructure here. Just get it back out of the way a little bit, I guess. Yeah, that should be all right. All right. All right, let's get this off of the block and get it cleaned up. And I guess I'll have to do that off camera because I don't want to accidentally bend something by having to hold this at an awkward angle. There's a lot of really delicate stuff there, as you can see. Well, maybe I'm going to have to scrunch myself down there so I can see the pin. All right, let's enlarge that hole just a little bit. Remember this thing? Oh, careful, Ron. Oh, it's a little bit too small, and I can't go all the way down. Okay, I measured the pin on the bottom of this thing, and it's just slightly smaller than this drill bit. Now, let's not catch anything here. Now the instruction manual shows these things being, straight like this, in a straight line with the ship. But I'm thinking it might look better if it was slightly facing to the front, to the bow. Not at a 45. That's 45, but maybe something like that. And they both don't have to be the same. The one on the other side could be a little bit different. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it just off just a little bit. Okay, I've already tried this, did a dry run a few minutes ago, so I know it fits. Not real well, but it fits. And I think this time, instead of putting the glue in the hole, we'll just put the glue on the bottom here. Now I realize it's not straight, but we have lots of time with this glue to straighten it up the way we want it. And I think once again, even though the manual has it at an angle, or rather straight, like this gun is, I can have it just off just a little bit. Just want to make sure that it's seated all the way down, and it is. That looks pretty good to me. I don't know, maybe this one should be in line with the keel, the same as the other one is. Oh, it's come off here. There we go. I think that's got it now. Yeah. There we go. Looks proper to me. The platform on the bottom of the gun seems to be horizontal with the deck, and so that must mean it's level, I guess. Okay, maybe it could be just a little bit like that. Mind you, this is going to be the side that's towards the back of the case anyway, but still. Maybe I'll shove that down a little bit more somehow. When I drilled the holes in this board, I should have made it just a 64th of an inch bigger. Okay. Noticing when the light hits it just right on that shield, I see photo etch. Now we're just doing a dry run here. I must be missing the hole. That hole looks pretty big. Maybe maybe I'm grabbing the gun wrong. Maybe I should just very, very gently try and grab it. Maybe I think the barrel is too fragile here. Got to be careful not to squeeze too hard or I'll snip it off. Well, maybe the best way is to enlarge that hole. Yeah, it's just not fitting. Or maybe I should put on my extra strong glasses here and see if there's something wrong with that peg. Could be there's a bunch of flashing on it or something. Okay, very carefully here so I don't break something off. I wonder if maybe what's happening is my tweezer is resting on the wall there. Maybe if I come in a little bit differently, because this should fit. Yeah. Well, I didn't knock it over. Okay, you can see it's actually in the hole there. I think once I get some glue on the bottom of this now, and better pull these back out just a little bit. Starting to work their way. I got bare metal poking at stuff here. All right, well, let's okay, once again, it's a good thing I can edit out the dead spots. And we'll twist this the right way around after we get it in there. Okay, stop poking. Now this is the last gun placement on this side of the module that isn't a mirror image. All the others were a mirror image. Now, is it going to fit? I'm going to have to scrunch down so I can see the pin. Okay, I guess I have to drill it out. Now, being very careful that I don't catch the starfish. What seems to be the problem here? There we go. I just didn't have it in the right place. Now, once again, the manual shows that the gun is pointed straight off to the side, but I think I'm going to have it off just a little bit here. Now, don't squeeze too hard. All right, now this goes on here, the same as the one on the front. Now I think that this should be aimed directly astern. Okay, once that melts, it's going to be on there nice and strong. Okay, now the other side is a mirror image to what we just did, except for the two pieces on the end. Oh, there's a couple of little guns got to go in right here, and then there's the radar antenna that has to go on the back here, but I'm saving that for last. Now, I don't know if this is the antenna that the viewer was mentioning in the comment in yesterday's episode when he said, are you going to put the antenna on the stern? But if this is what you're talking about, I'm waiting until I get closer to the end because I'm afraid I'm going to accidentally break it off. Now, if there's another one, let me know. It's possible I've missed something. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this, the other side off camera, at least most of it, and whatever I do from now on is going to have to be in tomorrow's rollback because I'm wrapping this episode up. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.